So we were doing problem number 25. Again we'll repeat it. Which of the following two proposals is more risky, X machine or Y machine? Calculate and give your opinion using sensitivity analysis for selecting one of the proposal, machine X or machine Y. Particulars are given. The cost of machine X, machine Y 50 lakh, same. Pessimistic. In sensitivity analysis, instead of one cash inflow, we were given 3 cash inflows for every year. The 3 cash inflows are pessimistic, most likely, and optimistic. Pessimistic means the lowest cash inflow which we may get, and optimistic means the highest cash inflow which we expect. So for machine X, if the situation in the market is pessimistic, we expect rupees 8 lakh. If the conditions are optimistic, we expect 12 lakh, and most likely we expect cash inflow of 10 lakh in case of machine X. Machine Y, in case of pessimistic, we will receive cash inflow of only 1 lakh. If it is optimistic, we may receive 25 lakh and most likely 5 lakh. The 3 cash inflows are given for machine X, machine Y. Cash flow annuity is to be estimated for 10 years. Whatever be the cash inflow, this is going to continue for the next 10 years. And the cost of capital is 14%. This is the first problem in which we have to apply sensitivity analysis technique. This is one of the method of incorporating the risk in capital budgeting proposals. So how to evaluate? We calculate the NPV under 3 situations. First, we have taken machine X. Event, we have taken pessimistic, most likely optimistic. Cash inflows are given for machine X and 14% PV factors at 10% PV of annuity, because this cash inflow is going to continue. Same cash inflow is going to continue for 10 years. So we are using annuity, 14%, 10 years annuity, 5.216. Now, we multiply cash inflow with PV factor, we'll get PV of cash inflow. Multiplying cash inflow with PV factor, we will get PV of cash inflow. So 8 lakh into 5.216, you will get 41 lakh 72,800. Similarly, 10 lakh into 5 lakh, so 52 lakh 16,000. Here 12 lakh into 5.216, 62 lakh 59,200. So this is the PV of cash inflow. PV of cash outflow is given 50 lakh. NPV. The formula of NPV is PV of cash inflow minus PV of cash outflow. So 41 lakh 72,800 minus 50 lakh, you will get negative. Minus 8 lakh 27,200. This is the NPV if the situation is pessimistic. If the situation is most likely, 52 lakh 16,000 minus 50 lakh, 2 lakh 16,000 positive. 62 59 200 minus 50 lakh, the 12 lakh 59,200. These are the 3 NPVs of machine X, depending on the situation: pessimistic, most likely, optimistic. Now we'll come to machine Y. Same 3 conditions are given, cash inflows are given, multiply. So 1 lakh into 5.216, it is 5 lakh 21,600. Here 5 lakh into 5.216, 26 lakh 8,000. Then next one, 25 lakh into 5.2, 1 crore 30 lakh 40,000. 1 crore 30 lakh 40,000. Next, PV of cash outflow. So 5 lakh 21,600 minus 50 lakh, it will be minus 44 lakh 78,400. Similarly, 2608 minus 50 lakh, that is minus 23 lakh 92,000. Similarly, 1 crore 30 lakh 40,000 minus 50 lakh, so 80 lakh 40,000. That's all. These are the calculative part we have completed. Now we have to give the suggestion which machine is better, which is better machine. So first of all, we'll discuss about this one. If we go for machine X, our NPVs are minus 8 lakh 27,200 or 2 lakh 16,000 or 12 lakh 59,200. In these three NPVs, we can see only one case we have negative NPV, that is if the situation is pessimistic. तो मशीन X में अगर pessimistic situation हुआ तो we will get a negative NPV of 8,27,200. लेकिन अगर most likely हो गया या optimistic हो गया तो we'll get positive NPV of 2,16,000 or 12,59,200. So only in one situation we are having negative NPV. In case of Y machine, you can see the NPVs are minus 44,78,400 if the situation is pessimistic. If the situation is most likely, it is minus 23,92,000. Again negative. Situation pessimistic हो या most likely हो, दोनों situation में negative NPV in case of Y machine. And if the situation happens to be optimistic, then we'll get the NPV of 80,40,000. We are investing only 50 lakh, but we are getting a return of 80,40,000, more than 100%, or we can say more than 150%. We are getting. So now decision can be given by comparing these NPVs. So comparatively, machine Y is more risky. Machine Y is more risky because in two situations we are having negative NPV. Pessimistic or most likely we are going to incur loss. We are going to incur loss if the situation is pessimistic or most likely. Only if it is optimistic we are getting huge profit in case of Y machine. But in case of X machine we are having negative NPV only in pessimistic. If the situation happens to be most likely or optimistic, we are gaining. So comparatively, Y machine is more risky. Y machine is more risky. X machine, not much risk. A moderate income will get. Low income, no risk, less risk. Here high income and high risk. अगर gain अगर हो गया तो बहुत ज़्यादा gain होगा optimistic में. लेकिन जरूरी नहीं है ऑप्टिमिस्टिक सिचुएशन हो. अगर सिचुएशन पेसिमिस्टिक हो गया या मोस्ट लाइकली हो गया तो ये मशीन में बहुत बड़ा लॉस होने वाला है, वेरी ह्यूज लॉस. तो अल्टीमेटली इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द मैनेजमेंट्स परसेप्शन. इफ द मैनेजमेंट इज रिस्क टेकर, रिस्क सीकर, दे वांट टू सीक द रिस्क, दे वांट टू टेक द रिस्क इन ऑर्डर टू गेट ह्यूज प्रॉफिट. अगर मैनेजमेंट ये कर रहा है किसी भी हाल पे हम पूरा ट्राई करेंगे ऑप्टिमिस्टिक सिचुएशन होने के लिए और हो गया तो we will get 80,40,000 huge bumper. So if the management is dynamic, they are risk taker, they should go for machine Y. But if the management wants to play safe, if the management does not want to speculate, does not want to take huge risk, wants to play safe, conservative, then they will go for machine X. This is the explanation. In examination, not only calculations, you are supposed to write the explanation what I am saying now. Okay, we'll start the next problem. 26th problem. See problem number 26. Following are the details, carefully you see. Following are the details of a project. Initial outlay 80,000, initial working capital 20,000. So cost of the machine 80,000 and permanent working capital 20,000. So total cash outflow will be 1 lakh. And you have to remember, this working capital will be released at the end of the life of the project, at the end of the 4th year. Then cash flow before depreciation and taxes. So we are given the cash flows before debt. So we have to calculate the depreciation and we have to calculate CF80. First year 35, second year 35, third year 30,000, fourth year 30,000. 4 year is the life. Salvage value, scrap value. At the end of the life of the project, salvage value is 20,000. So remember, the cash inflows we are getting first year 35,000, second year 35,000, third year 30,000, fourth year 30,000. Again fourth year we are going to get release of working capital 20,000 and salvage value 20,000. So 3 cash inflows we are going to get at the end of fourth year. फोर्थ ईयर के एंड में 3 कैश इनफ्लोज मिलेंगे. पहला कैश इनफ्लो ऑपरेटिंग कैश इनफ्लो 30,000, ये तो पक्का मिलेगा. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट सैल्वेज वैल्यू जो 20,000 रुपये वो भी मिलेंगे, और परमानेंट वर्किंग कैपिटल में जो 20,000 लगा रहे हैं वो भी मिलेंगे। द प्रोजेक्ट इज डेप्रिशिएबल ऑन स्ट्रेट लाइन मेथड। इफ द रिक्वायर्ड रेट ऑफ रिटर्न इज 10%, is the project acceptable under NPV and IRR criteria? Tax rate is 50%. First problem, this is the first problem where we are going to apply IRR method. अभी तक जो 25 problems करें वो 25 problems में we have done NPV, PI, PBP, ARR. तो 4 methods हम अभी तक अप्लाई कर चुके हैं। अब जो लास्ट मेथड हम जो अप्लाई करेंगे IRR मेथड from this problem onwards, and this IRR method is little bit difficult problem, time consuming problem. Now see the problem. First we calculate annual depreciation. Annual depreciation is equal to cost minus scrap divided by life. This is the formula according to straight line method. So what is the cost of the machine here? 80,000. How much is the scrap? 20,000. What is the life of the machine? 4 years. That is equal to 60,000 divided by 4 is equal to rupees 15,000. 15,000 रुपये annual depreciation, right? उसी तरह cost of the project, cost of the machine is equal to 80,000. Add permanent working capital is equal to 20,000. So total will be 1 lakh. This is called PV of cash outflow. So first we have calculated annual depreciation, PV of cash outflow. Now we will calculate the annual CF80, cash flow after tax. This is the problem number 26. Calculation of CF80, cash flow after tax. So here, then CFBT, cash flow before tax, depreciation, then PBT, tax at the rate of PAT, CF80 is equal to PAT plus debt. 1, 2, 3, 4. See carefully. CFBT, how much is the cash flow before depreciation and tax? Given in the problem, first year 35,000. Second year 35,000. Third year 30,000. Fourth year 30,000. This is the cash flow before depreciation and tax. Annual depreciation, just now we have calculated 15,000. Every year depreciation will remain same. Now subtract 35,000 minus 15,000, 20,000. Here also 20,000. Here 30 minus 15, 15,000. Here also 15,000. Now PBT we got. Tax at the rate of, problem में दे दिया, the income tax rate is 50%. 50% tax. So 20,000, 50%, 10,000. Here also 10,000. 50% of 15,000, 7,500. 7,500. We got tax. Now PBT minus tax, what we get is PAT. 10,000. 10,000, 7,500, 7,500. PBT minus tax will get PAT. अब CF80 कैश इनफ्लो मालूम करने के लिए PAT plus depreciation. So this PAT 10,000, depreciation 15,000. It will become 25,000. Here 10 plus 15, 25,000. Here 15 plus 7,500, 22,500. Here also 22,500. That's it. So these are called CF80 values, cash flow after tax. Now we calculate the NPV, present value, net present value. तो NPV calculate करने के लिए first of all year cash inflows, PV factors at the rate of, what is the required rate of return, discount rate given in the problem? Required rate of return is 10%. Then PV of cash inflow, 1, 2, 3, 4. But fourth year we will take again 4, 3 times we take. Now CFAT, annual CFAT is 25,000, here also 25,000, here 22,500, here also 22,500. These 4 are the operating cash inflows. The operating cash inflows are 4. Now at the end of the fourth year, we'll get the scrap value, salvage value, SV. And this fourth year, we'll get working capital. Working capital will get 20,000. All these 3 are in fourth year. 10%, 0.909, 0.826, 0.751, 0.683, 0.683, 0.683. So we have taken the PV factors at 10%. Now multiply. 25,000 into 0.909, you will get 22,725. Multiply. Then 20,650. Then you will get 16,897.5. Next we get 15,367.5. Next one 13,660. Again 13,660. The total is 1,02,960. Or we have calculated the PV of cash inflow. Now NPV, PV of cash inflow is equal to 1,02,960 and less PV of cash outflow is equal to 1 lakh. Difference is 2,960. This 2,960 is the NPV, net present value. NPV we got 2,960. The first answer we have completed. We have completed the first answer, that is NPV. Now, calculation of IRR. First time we are going to apply the second method, calculation of IRR, internal rate of return. There are 2 models of problems in IRR. The first model will be applied when annual cash inflows are constant. The second model will be applied when annual cash inflows are not constant. तो हम सेकेंड मॉडल अप्लाई करेंगे क्योंकि एनुअल कैश इनफ्लोस कांस्टेंट नहीं है, एनुअल कैश इनफ्लोस आर फ्लक्चुएटिंग. फर्स्ट ईयर कैश इनफ्लो 25, then 25, then 22,500, 22,500, 20,000, 20,000. ये पूरे थर्ड ईयर के, फोर्थ ईयर के. तो यू कैन सी द कैश इनफ्लोस आर फ्लक्चुएटिंग, सो वी कैनॉट अप्लाई द फर्स्ट मॉडल. सेकेंड मॉडल. सेकेंड मॉडल सेज फर्स्ट step 1, the annual cash inflows are not constant, so we apply fake PBP. See, whenever cash inflows are not constant, these are the steps we apply to find out the IRR. तो पहला स्टेप ये है कि अगर एनुअल कैश इनफ्लो कांस्टेंट नहीं है तो वी कैलकुलेट फेक पीवीपी. द फॉर्मूला फॉर फेक पीवीपी इज दिस वन. फेक पीवीपी इज इक्वल टू इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट डिवाइडेड बाय एवरेज कैश इनफ्लो So you have to concentrate now, because this is the first problem where we are going to apply IRR. And from examination point of view, very often in every examination, they will ask the problem on IRR most frequently. So chances are more. So you must have good perfection on understanding and calculating the IRR. Initial investment, PV of cash outflow, already given in the problem, 1 lakh. Average cash inflow. So average cash inflow is equal to total cash inflow divided by number of years. Total cash inflow is equal to, cash inflows are 25,000 plus 25,000 plus 22,500 plus, now all these three will be in the fourth year only. So 20, 20, 40, 50, 60, 62,500 divided by 4. Life of the machine is 4 years. First year we are getting 25,000, second year we are getting 25,000, third year we are getting 22,500, and fourth year we are getting 22,500, 20,000, 20,000. So add up the three amounts, 62,500. So add up the four values here, divided by 4. This will give you the fake PBP. Average cash in 25,000 plus 25,000 plus 22,500 plus 62,500 is equal to 1,35,000 divided by 4. 33,750. Average cash inflow is 33,750. Now fake PBP is equal to rupees 1 lakh divided by rupees 33,750. 1 lakh divided by 33,750. You will get 2.963. 2.963. After calculating this fake PBP, after calculating the fake PBP, now the next step is step 2. Locate a discount factor in PV of annuity table. In PV of annuity table against year 4, a factor nearest to 2.963. See carefully. The first step we have to calculate fake PBP, and fake PBP formula is initial investment divided by average cash inflow. Initial investment given in the problem cash outflow 1 lakh rupees, और average cash inflow मालूम करने के लिए we'll take the total cash inflow 4 years का जो cash inflow आ रहा है उसका total कर लेंगे divided by 4. तो we got average cash inflow 33,750. Now fake PBP is equal to 1 lakh divided by 33,750. So 2.963. Next step is locate a discount factor in PV of annuity table against year 4, because the life of the project is 4 years. अगर life 5 years रहता तो 5 year की लाइन में देखते थे. यहाँ पर 4 year की life है, तो 4th year की life line में we are going to search a factor nearest to 2.963. So this is the PV of annuity table. PV of annuity table में 5th year के line में we got 2.963. तो 2.963 20%. At 20%, the PV of annuity factor is 2.991. At 20%. See, now the students will get in mind, a PV of annuity table अगर नहीं रहा तो कैसा search करेंगे? How we can be able to search if we don't have PV of annuity table? In that case, arbitrarily, अंदाजे में, because in the problem it is given required rate of return as 10%. तो टेक एनी फैक्टर ग्रेटर देन 10, 15% ले लो, 20% ले लो, या कोई भी एक रफली अबव 10% यू टेक एंड ट्रायल एंड एरर मेथड, इसको कहते हैं ट्रायल एंड एरर मेथड। कोई भी परसेंटेज ले लो, क्योंकि दैट इज नॉट द फाइनल आंसर। फॉर एग्जांपल एक स्टूडेंट 15% लिया, एक स्टूडेंट 20%, 20% ले लिया, डजंट हैपन, कुछ नहीं होगा, क्योंकि आगे चल के जब ट्राई करेंगे तो अल्टीमेटली एवरी स्टूडेंट विल कम टू द सेम पॉइंट। सो हियर द स्टेप इज at 20% in PV of anonymity table we are getting 2.991, and this 2.991 is nearest to 2.963, right? So therefore we begin our calculations. We begin our calculations at the rate of 20%. 20% से हमारे calculations start करेंगे। तो how to make this table? Here carefully you see year column, cash inflow column, PV factors 20%, then PV of cash inflow. See here, 4 columns I am drawing here. The first column year, second column cash inflow, 1, 2, 3, 4. PV of cash inflow. First year, the first year we are getting cash inflow of 25,000. Second year we are getting 25,000. Third year we got 22,500, and fourth year we got 62,500. Right? 4 years. I have kept this space blank because we are not going to get the correct answer 20% itself. IRR is that rate at which PV of cash inflow and PV of cash outflow both should be equal. PV of cash outflow 1 lakh rupees है, ये PV of cash inflow भी अगर 1 lakh rupees आ गया suppose, तो फिर हमारा IRR 20%. No need of any formula, nothing. अगर यहाँ पर 1 lakh rupees अगर आ गया तो if you get 1 lakh rupees here, then 20% is the IRR, no formula. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं होगा. We are not going to get 1 lakh rupees here. We are going to get either less than 1 lakh or more than 1 lakh. तो फिर क्या करेंगे? एक नया परसेंटेज लेकर ट्राई करेंगे. We have to try by taking a new percentage other than 20. तो first of all 20%, 1 divided by 1.2. 1 divided by 1.2. I am getting 0.833 is equal to 0.694 is equal to 0.579 is equal to 0.482. We'll confirm it whether our values are correct or not. 20% we have taken, 0.833, 0.694, 0.579, 0.482, right? Our values are right. Now we multiply 25,000 into 0.833, 20,825. Similarly, 25,000 into 0.694, 17,350. Then 22,500 into 0.579, 13,027.5. Last one, 62,500 into 0.482, 30,125. Over. Now we add up.